Get ready, fight fans. UFC Vegas 114 is here with a stacked card, and we're diving deep into the matchups, the odds, and the X factors that could decide everything. From strawweight showdowns to heavyweight battles, we've got your full breakdown. But that's not all. Alex Pereira is making a historic run, aiming to become the first fighter to hold UFC titles in 3 different weight classes. We'll tell you everything you need to know about his interim heavyweight title fight. And in a move that's got everyone talking, UFC fighters are heading to Quantico to train the FBI in MMA. We've got the inside scoop on this incredible partnership and who's leading the charge. Finally, we're tackling the big question. Is the UFC White House card a dud? We'll break down the fights, the location, and whether this event lives up to the hype. Stick around for all the details and make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
UFC Vegas 114, more than just a fight night. This weekend, the UFC returns to its home base at the Meta Apex in Las Vegas for UFC Vegas 114. While the year has been rough for the UFC, this event might just be the spark needed to turn things around, though expectations are tempered. The main card promises genuine excitement, featuring a guaranteed slugfest between Josh Emmett and Kevin Vallejos, alongside other intriguing matchups on both the main card and prelims. This event isn't the most high-profile, but it certainly offers its share of guaranteed fun. Let's break down the 5 main card fights. In the strawweight division, Amanda Lemos, a powerful striker, faces off against Jillian Robertson, a submission specialist. Lemos, known for her knockout power, is a former title challenger, while Robertson is on a 4-fight win streak and boasts the most submission finishes in UFC women's history. This bout hinges on whether Robertson can secure takedowns against Lemos's striking prowess. In the light heavyweight division, Ian Cutelaba, known for his explosive but inconsistent style, takes on the promising Almer C, a tricky kickboxer with a significant reach advantage, aims to exploit Cutelaba's tendency to fade in later rounds. The featherweight division sees veteran Andre Fili, a skilled boxer and underrated wrestler, face the explosive finisher Jose Delgado. Delgado's early aggression will test Fili's veteran defense, but Fili's experience might allow him to outpoint the younger fighter. Another featherweight bout features the undefeated knockout artist Marwan Rahiki against the tough and experienced Harry Hardwick. Rahiki's dynamic striking will be a major challenge for Hardwick, who relies on pressure and boxing. Finally, in the heavyweight division, Vitor Petrino, a powerful grappler, faces the durable and high-paced Steven Esplund. Despite Petrino's power, a recent hand injury and Esplund's grinding style could lead to an upset victory for the newcomer. Fans are buzzing about the potential for exciting finishes, particularly in the strawweight and featherweight divisions. Analysts are divided on whether the UFC can overcome its rocky start to the year with this event, but the promise of action-packed fights is undeniable. Will these matchups deliver the excitement needed to revitalize the UFC's year? Get ready for the incredible story of Alex Pereira's quest for an unprecedented 3rd UFC title. Alex Pereira's historic Triple Crown bid. Alex Pereira is on the verge of making UFC history, aiming for an unprecedented 3rd divisional title. Already a former middleweight and current light heavyweight champion, Pereira is set to challenge for interim heavyweight gold against Cyril Gane. This move, however, comes with a caveat, as he will vacate his light heavyweight championship to pursue this new endeavor. The announcement of Pereira's interim heavyweight title fight has already sparked debate. While his dominance in 2 divisions and even in kickboxing is undeniable, the decision to fight for interim gold in a 3rd weight class, while relinquishing his current belt, has drawn some criticism and hand-wringing from fans and analysts. The event itself is being billed as UFC Freedom 250, taking place at the White House. This historic bout adds a massive layer of intrigue to an already significant event. Pereira's ability to capture a title in a 3rd weight class would cement his legacy as one of the greatest fighters in combat sports history. The matchup against Cyril Gane, a highly skilled heavyweight, promises to be a compelling clash of styles. Can Potin conquer the heavyweight division and claim his third UFC crown? Next up, we're heading to Quantico, where UFC stars are training the FBI in MMA. UFC fighters train the FBI in MMA. In a groundbreaking partnership, a contingent of top UFC fighters is set to train FBI agents in mixed martial arts at the Bureau's facility in Quantico, Virginia. This initiative, announced by FBI Director Kash Patel, marks a significant collaboration between the Federal Law Enforcement Agency and the UFC. This weekend, both current and former UFC athletes will conduct an exclusive training seminar for students at the FBI Special Agent Academy and senior FBI staff. Director Patel expressed his enthusiasm for the historic seminar, highlighting it as a tremendous opportunity for agents to learn from elite athletes and enhance their preparedness to protect the American people. He also extended gratitude to UFC President Dana White for his role in the partnership. The all-star lineup includes two-time interim UFC lightweight champion Justin Gaethje, former UFC middleweight champion Chris Weidman, former UFC strawweight title challenger Claudia Gadelha, and MMA legend Renzo Gracie, among others. UFC CEO Dana White emphasized his respect for the FBI and expressed pride in his fighters contributing to the Bureau's defense techniques. This collaboration precedes a national UFC event scheduled at the White House on June 14, coinciding with President Donald Trump's 80th birthday and the nation's semiquincentennial celebrations. This unique training could redefine law enforcement tactics. But is the UFC's White House card itself a knockout or a letdown? We've got the breakdown. UFC White House card, spectacle or dud? The prospect of a UFC event on the White House grounds initially sparked widespread excitement, promising a unique spectacle at an iconic political landmark. However, as details emerge, a debate has ignited among fans and analysts. Is the UFC White House card, dubbed UFC Freedom 250, a genuine sporting showcase or a mere publicity stunt? The UFC has a history of transforming fights into cultural events, and the White House setting certainly provides unparalleled optics. Yet, for dedicated fans, the true measure of any event lies in the quality of the fights. Skepticism arises when comparing this event to the UFC's typically stacked pay-per-views or major international cards, which often feature multiple title fights and top contenders. The concern is that without a similar depth of matchups, the novelty of the location might overshadow the athletic competition. Matchmaking is also a key point of contention. A venue as significant as the White House invites expectations of historic bouts, championship fights, or intense rivalries. The absence of such marquee matchups could lead to the event feeling more like a promotional gimmick. On the other hand, proponents argue that the unique atmosphere of the White House backdrop could elevate even a modest fight card into an unforgettable experience. Combat sports have always thrived on atmosphere, and the visual of fighters competing with such a backdrop could be unparalleled. Ultimately, the UFC's reputation is built on delivering meaningful fights that advance divisions and settle rivalries. Leaning too heavily on the location's novelty without providing compelling matchups risks alienating the core fanbase. The card, headlined by a lightweight title unification bout between champion Ilia Topuria and interim champion Justin Gaethje, and a co-main event for the interim heavyweight title between Alex Pereira and Cyril Gane, along with other bouts featuring notable fighters like Sean O'Malley and Michael Chandler, will be judged by its in-octagon action. Will the fights inside the octagon match the grandeur of the White House setting? That's all for today, but we'll be back with more explosive news soon. What a show! We saw UFC Vegas 114 predictions, Alex Pereira's historic title chase, UFC fighters training the FBI, and a deep dive into the UFC White House card. Don't miss a second of the action. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, and drop a comment below telling us your favorite fight. Follow us on all socials for more exclusive content.